Okay, let's see what's up. Maggie Rogers. This is how she got discovered. Holy.
I was walking through wasted streams that took my breath away.
Look at his face.
Moving slowly through westward water.
And this is like folk, bro. This is about to be epic. Hey, let's get this one started. What is going down, world? Welcome to the 40-year-old FUQ Boys podcast. I go by the name Black Pegasus.
And it's your boy, Don. Want to be back once again.
Oh, yeah. So Don just put this on my radar. This is Maggie Rogers. Now, we were going to play the song, Alaska. She has a music video. It looks like it's blown up. It has 21 million views.
Yeah.
But he told me the story, kind of. I'm never paying attention, so you know how that goes. And I'm old.
You don't listen to me.
But
you don't listen to me, bro.
He said she got discovered by Pharrell. And this mother effer found the video. So I'm like, what better way to listen to the music, react to it, and then watch kind of the whole progression? So
yeah, and you've never heard of her, correct?
Never in my life. Okay. Till this 5 seconds that I just played that intro.
Yeah. I know you always clown me, but I kind of got into dance music. I'll talk a little bit about it after she shares her story. And I've spoken about that app that I use called the Hype Machine.
Yeah.
And this is one of those songs. It's just like when I heard it, I was like, holy shiza. There's something magical going on with this track. The way that she's blending genres. I mean, just all of it. I was just like, dude, this is a perfect, like, beautiful song. And you hadn't heard of it, so I was like, dude, I got to bring a little bit of my elements into it that stray a little bit of, out of the hip-hop realm. But I figured you'd enjoy it, and hopefully the people enjoy it, too, if they, don't know what's up with Maggie.
I'm going to roll our intro credits, but I want you to preface something for me after that, so I'll ask you then. You guys, don't forget to like, share, and comment on all the content, but if you're really rocking with our vibe, subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 100,000 subs before the end of the summer, and we're only doing it because of y'all. So appreciate y'all. Let's get it. 40-year-old what? Boys are back in town. 40. The boys are back in town. 40-year-old what? Boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. 40-year-old FUQ Boys podcast. Malt liquor for your ears. 40. All right, you guys, don't forget, we got a bunch of dope reactions on the channel. We got some Harry Mack. We have J. Cole. We have Ren, Coast Contra, NF, a bunch of cool stuff. But most importantly, we have original music. We have music videos, and freestyles, original freestyles. But you know what? This is like, I started this channel. I know a lot of the highlight is on me. Eventually, we're going to spiderweb and do a bunch of different things. But I did want to say this, you guys. We decided to really release. We met in our teenage years in the 90s. Yep. We put out an album that's never been released to the public other than on CD.
Yep.
And it's dropping in April. It's called Fusion of Syllables. Did you know that? I was going to re-release it.
I did not know that.
I mentioned it to you, but I probably didn't tell you the date.
The original album?
The original album.
Okay.
I found the artwork, all the songs from Bass J. So, hey, now you get to hear Don. He dropped a classic verse. It's in our members. You can go peep out Jungle Breed if you want. Anyways. Let's get into this. This is Maggie Rogers. I'm not familiar with her at all. Let me get the logo down and the video up, and let's dive into this. Now, the one thing I wanted to preface, I'm sure they're going to talk to her, but is there anything that they don't talk about in here that you wanted to kind of put in the forefront, like, yo, because I thought this is incredible, because you had mentioned some of this to me. How the hell, okay, think about this, because you got to think it's all in this moment, right? How the hell is she out of school where Pharrell hears it, and now I'm looking, she got 21 million views. How does this, do they talk about that here?
They do.
We just, okay, then I'll play it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know, because you were the one who told me all this. Yeah. I didn't know if you got it all from this video or if you did more research. So yeah, I want to make sure that people get the full story, because I'm like, this is just incredible. When we talk about the stars aligning and synchronicity, I have a feeling from what you're showing me just in that little clip, I'm like, okay, and what you just said, I'm like, okay, we're about to go there. So yeah. All right, you guys. So I guess where are we at? Her school? Do you want to talk about that before we get into it?
She explains her story. It's like her genesis. This is how she got discovered.
Wow. Okay.
So she was an unknown student. Yeah, just a student who was, she just explains it all in this. So I'm not even going to say, I'm going to let her explain the story in her own words.
We're reacting to Maggie Rogers, how she got discovered, and her hit song, Alaska. Let's go.
Say the same thing all over again. This next person has as much heart as any human being I've ever known. I'm quite serious. Maggie Rogers.
The one thing that I was going to say is like, for
you to do this. No,
because I just thought about like, she tells her story, but like, if people don't know who Pharrell is, because I know there's a lot of people that are kind of newer to some of the hip hop stuff, to Ren, to Harry Mack. Dude, Pharrell is an all-time classic producer that like started off like back in the 90s. Was it Rump
All
Shaker?
I want to do is zoom, and a boom, boom. Did he do that one?
Yeah.
With him and Teddy Riley?
That was when he was with what was it? What were they called?
I don't know, something squad or something. He's been around. Yes, I got you.
But yeah, he's just been producing. He's just a massive producer, worked
So
with
if you're not
everybody.
familiar with Pharrell Williams, a huge producer, one of the biggest producers in the hip hop space, but he goes all over the gamut, and apparently he's a vampire because he doesn't age.
Exactly. All right, that's it.
So tell us about yourself as an artist. She's got an interesting past.
I grew up in a very rural area in the Eastern Shore of Maryland. And I grew up as a banjo player and always made folk music and loved being outside, and that's my space.
Wow.
I came to school here and made banjo music and made folk music.
But kind of postmodern stuff too. I mean, it was not just boom chicka.
No, I was like...
Which could be cool, by the way.
Yeah. I made very straight ahead folk music, I'd say.
That's awesome.
And that's kind of where my soul is, but I stopped making music for a couple of years in the middle of school and just went through some things and developed and learned some more about myself, and I studied abroad in France and had a really spiritual experience with dance music there. And suddenly this thing that had always been the most unnatural and the most artificial, I understood the release of it and the sort of like, since there was a fire, people were like beating sticks together. And suddenly it became the most natural thing. So I just started making music.
That's low-key profound.
Okay, so
Since there was fire, people have been beating sticks together. I'm thinking about people dancing around a campfire and just, hey, just having a good time.
since you paused it here, I was going to wait, but she said I went to this music festival and had a spiritual experience with dance music. Now, I was big into hip hop, right? And I went to jail first time when I was 16, went to jail again when I was 18, facing 12 years in prison. I pretty much was in and out of jail till the time I was 26 or 27. Now, a lot of the music that we listened to was very aggressive, right?
Hip hop.
Yeah.
Hip hop. Yeah.
Some of it you could even say was dark, whatever. And I had my own, like, we've talked about it. I started getting into dance music, which a lot of dance music is about love. It's about good vibes, as corny as that sounds. But I realized that I had to make a transformation in my own life because I was going down this dark path. And I'm not saying that hip hop was the reason for that, but because I was in this certain place, it connected with me emotionally and spoke to where I was at in life.
Yeah.
But as I started listening to other forms of music, other genres, and softening up a little bit, I realized that it created this space for me to have experiences like what she's talking about. There's something about like being in a crowd of people that's letting go. You know what I mean? There might have been some, substances involved.
All right.
But you connect.
You had your Burning Man experience.
Yeah, but like you were saying, the profound nature of being in a communal environment where everyone is moving to the music, it reaches a very deep place inside of you, I think, as a human being.
All right, I'm gonna let this roll, but you don't think I've hit my dance, but I have to tell you about my Dance Revolution spiritual experience.
Again a couple months ago, and I can't make enough.
Yeah.
And all I want to do is kind of combine that folk imagery and harmony and natural samples that I've been picking up while hiking over the last couple of years with the sort of backbone and energy.
While hiking?
Bro, she just said backbone. I realized I think her necklace is an animal backbone.
This is crazy. She makes her own beats?
We're about to find out.
I'm very
proposition. I love that.
It is. It is.
well, we'll see if I'm successful, but I'm working.
I mean,
at it.
Avicii had a. It's not country, but
R.I.P.
I mean, it's not
Avicii.
folk. But Avicii had a big record that had, you know, country melodies and progressions in it. You know.
Yeah.
So it's like if he can pull that off, certainly you can pull off folk. I can't wait to hear it.
Is this song all finished? What stage are you in?
It's I'm just trying to make as much as possible, so it's good for now. It would probably need a couple more hours of mixing and mastering, but.
Cool.
All right, so this is how she got discovered, y'all. Right here, the magic moment.
I was walking through wasted streams that took my breath away. Moving slowly through westward water over glacial plains, and I walked off you. And I walked off and owned me. Owned me, oh my, I thought it was a dream. So it seemed. And now breathe deep, I'm inhaling.
Damn.
You and I are serenity. Leave me be, I'm exhaling. You and I are serenity. Cut my hair so I could rock back and forth.
Okay, I can't lie. At first, I wasn't sold. Then, whatever that is, a bridge or a hook came in. Now it all makes sense to me, and I love it. Like, that was amazing.
Yeah, and this isn't even the master version, like where you can really
Yeah, because
just
it's
hear
kind of low right here.
Yeah, that's
So
why
I'm
I
just-
felt like we have. I mean, I know we're kind of playing the same song again, but when you hear the master version with all of the like, you know, the beat and everything, you know, mastered properly, it's like it just hits different.
Yeah. It's still shaking
Cut
in here.
my hair
Yeah.
so I
She's got some
could
bass in there.
rock back and forth.
Look at his face.
Without thinking you learn to talk and say whatever I wanted to. And I walked off you. And I walked off and owned me. Owned me, oh my, I thought it was a dream. So it seemed.
This is amazing. It sounds heavenly.
I know.
She's giving me sorceress vibes.
Wow.
She knows magic.
I have zero notes for that. And I'll tell you why. It's because you're doing your own thing. It's singular. It's like when the Wu-Tang Clan came out, like no one could really judge it. You either liked it or you didn't, but you couldn't compare it to anything else. And that is such a special quality, and all of us possess that ability, but you have to be willing to seek. And you have to be willing to be like real frank in your music. and frank in your choices. And sometimes like most of the time people will say, okay, I'm gonna make this kind of song. So it ends up sounding like something we've heard before or felt before, And I feel like what your whole story, I can hear it in the music. I can hear the journey of like you having that kind of background. And then I love your singer-songwriter verses, which singer-songwriters are the best to me. Like I love them, That's what I love about Stevie Wonder's music, because as much as his music was huge in pop, he was a singer-songwriter. He really told stories. Yeah. And I felt that just then, but but I've never heard anyone like you before, and I've never heard anything that sounds like that. So that is the kind of thing that like, that's a drug for me. So that was cool. And I'd be very curious to see what your visuals will look like, because you seem to know what you
have them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm synesthetic, so colors.
You know what that is?
Yeah.
Very there.
See sounds and colors.
Yeah, like Kanye.
I didn't know that, but when she started explaining, because like
I don't know if we don't necessarily have to watch the rest of this, because I think that captures the main thing. But to me, what's so interesting is that you have Pharrell, who's literally worked with some of the top talent in the world, who's in this moment recognizing it. And like what I like about this video is, if you notice her expression at the beginning, she's like kind of nervous. You know what I mean? She knows that she's dealing with this luminary in the music space who's, had all these accolades, worked with like Daft Punk, like, one of the biggest, electronic music cutting edge groups in the world. And she's like, you can tell like she's got that nervous energy. And then he's sitting there recognizing
her greatness
in the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's epic.
And then the story just, I think, like you said, hit it on the head with being profound, is that she's taking her life experience. She stepped away from making music and never understood, dance music, because she felt like it was unnatural. It's made electronically, and then has this experience where it's connecting, once again, to get corny, whatever you want to call it, spiritual, like everything is a vibration, right? And that's what the thing with music for me is that there's a vibration. This is why it connects with your soul, because it's literally, a vibration that's connecting with your humanity.
Yeah. It's weird. Do you ever think of those times, and not in a derogatory or degregational way, but when you're in the club and I'm going to say stranger in this scenario, but you guys both make eye contact. There's something in the air, you don't know why. You end up on the dance floor and you're just having an amazing time dancing, and not about all the grinding stuff. You're just dancing. You might even get sweaty, but there's this thing that just happens in that moment. And it's very rare. It doesn't happen all the time. I'm not like a dance person like that. So it's only, and I've always been kind of bashful. I never was like, take the lead trying to meet a woman like that, But when it has happened, I understand, how they have these movies like Dirty Dancing and stuff like that. I kind of understand the concept. There is something that happens when, like, there's something about us being human. So the art of music and dancing first off, but then when you share that with others or like with one person, dancing can be very intimate. It could be almost as intimate as having relations.
Well,
so it's interesting, because then you start wondering like, how much do you protect that art? And like, it's just very interesting to think of now that we're, because we don't ever talk about that side of when we do reactions. I'm just thinking of it because I was like thinking about when I was young. There's only a couple incidences where I can remember where I was like, yo, this deep connection happened on the dance floor, and I don't even know how to dance. I know how to two-step, like rhythm, but it was just something was there, and it, as a man, it made you want to engage in the dance, because it was like, you know what I'm saying? It was just like this strong connection or feeling that just happened in that moment, You
said something, and there's two things that I want to pull out of that. One is that you said this connection with the female. I'd go a step further, and like I said, because I've gone to dance music festivals and things of that nature, different concerts, there's an interaction that happens with human beings together.
I could see that.
Where you're all dancing together. And I've been in situations when I go to like a show at Red Rocks, like I will go make friends with everybody around me. I'll find a circle of strangers that I don't know. And before you know, I'll have 30 people around me because I'll go out and I'll meet people. I'll give them hugs. I'll be like, hey, come on, you have good energy. You know, like come be in our circle. And before you know it, we have our own little party, right? But you said something about bashful, about feeling self-conscious. And I always felt self-conscious dancing. And I had this experience where there was this dude who was dancing on this little party on the dance floor. He was this dorky white dude. And he didn't have rhythm. He didn't have anything. But my ex, you know, who was one of the people who helped me step into this, like, you know, new version of myself, was like, look at that dude. She's like, it's so amazing. Look at him dancing. She's like, he does not give a fuck. Look at him. And he's just getting down, just, you know, sweaty, just like letting it all go and not worried about what anyone was thinking. And before you know it, he had like 3 girls around him just dancing with him because he let go. And I realize that all the time, usually when I'm out dancing and doing these things and in life, I'm so self-conscious of what other people are going to think about me. And I realized that he had touched onto something because he let go. And I've been in that space before, but I realized that was the key, is like, you have to let go. You have to let go of what people are going to think, that you look dorky, that you don't know how to dance. And then I took that forward and was like, I'm just going to let go. And that's where I had that profound experience of just letting everything go. What people think about me, just being in the moment, listening to the music, vibing, dancing. Doesn't matter if I know how to dance or if I look like an idiot. I'm just letting go and I'm living present in that moment.
Yeah, man. It's kind of ironic you said that, because I think of my personality as some things I do or maybe other people do, right? You'll see a meme or a video going viral and it'll be some dude dancing all crazy. And a lot of times the first thing you do is clown.
Yeah.
This motherfucker, bro, this dude is crazy. Like, da-da-da. But ironically, as I think about this in this moment, it's a lot of times there's a weird underline that you would never do that because you're scared to let go. So it's easy to laugh at something or call something out you don't understand, because I'm one of the dudes. I just sit on the wall in the club, try to look hard, try to get girls to come my way. I'm not on the dance floor. You're always clowning the dude who's doing the chocolate thunder or the sexual chocolate. Like, you're all like, oh, feminizing men, da-da-da-da. And I'm not, even when I do dance, I'm not going to do the sexual chocolate. That's just not my thing.
Yeah.
But there is something to letting go and being a free spirit. And you don't have to give up your morals to just open up.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times, you know, I don't want to say victim to that because I'm not in no victim mindset. But yeah, sometimes, you know, it's easier to be like, yeah, this dude, look at him, yo, instead of joining in the freeness and the open spirit in a sense, with moderation, everything in moderation. It's so easy to just, oh, look at this clown, man. He's a this, he's a that. But then it's like you said, a lot of the times you're like, why is that dude getting all the girls? Why is that dude going home with the girls I should be going home with? Well, it's because you sat on the wall. You weren't open. You see what I'm saying? You weren't free. You weren't free.
You weren't free, and you have to do 2 things. You have to let go of judgment of other people, because why?
Yeah.
Why judge him for doing that? And then you have to let go of judgment of yourself and say, I'm going to allow myself to just be in this moment and not judge myself.
Yeah, and to be clear,
or be worried about what other people are
and what you're
judging me.
What you're saying is so valid, and I learned that lesson too, because I was scared to go up to women and approach them like, "Hey, man, I like your dress. You got some good dance moves." Like, no, I just was so fear of that rejection. You know, so like, I don't have to be out there in a tutu doing all these crazy dances. Just the fact of being open, like, oh, that looks great on the dance floor, and being able to get rejected a few times, just having that good energy and talking to people, you know, that holds a lot of people back. So, I mean, there's, again, yeah.
And he said it. He said that to make this certain type of music, you have to be willing to. He basically said something to that point of, you have to be willing to take risks.
Yeah, you have to be a seeker. He said seeker.
Exactly.
That was deep, because that's a word that I think I saw in a movie or something. He's like, they are the seekers. And I was like, damn, you hit him for
Do you want to play a clip of the song, or are you good?
Well, because we heard it there and we're about 25 in, I'm just like, that's something like,
no, I'm good.
Dude, I'm going to go bump it. I'm going to go check it out.
Yeah.
I guess if people want us to react to that later, tap in.
Yeah.
This was amazing though. It's kind of interesting because he did say, I'm interested to see your visuals. Maybe we should play it. Do you want? I don't care. Actually, it's probably like 3 minutes. Why not?
I mean, even just a minute of it, you know?
Yeah,
like,
let's see.
Yeah, whatever.
Because he was like, I'm interested to see what your visuals will be because, you know, you're so unique. And, you know, now I am kind of curious. So let's go. F time. I'm living in the moment right now. All right, you guys. This is Maggie Rogers, Alaska. I'm like,
why? Mastered version.
Yeah, she's just in a hoodie.
I was walking
Oh yeah, this sounds way better.
Yeah.
Took my breath away. Moving slowly through westward water, over glacial plains, and I walked off you. Walked off and owned me. Oh me, oh my, I thought it was a dream. So it seems.
It's crazy how those trees are lining up. Her little dance move, the leaves coming out of her hand. Yo, I knew she was gonna dance like this, bro. I had a feeling from her energy. That's why I got that sorcerer energy, the exorcist energy. Let's go. And that's not in a bad way.
Yeah.
Just those, you know, the Burning Man type of dance. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Yeah. The white people know when you dance.
I really do like her voice. Freaking banjo player.
Cut my hair so I could rock back and forth without thinking of you. Learn to.
The thing I appreciate the most is she's not going out of her way to exploit her sexuality. You can barely tell she has makeup. This is just so rare and refreshing to see because growing up as a man with a daughter, I would love for my daughter to take this type of path than the commercial path that I see every day. This is really, really refreshing and gives me hope for my child.
I can say whatever I wanted to. And I walked off you. And I walked off and owned me. Oh my, I thought it was a dream. So it seemed.
It is weird because you could hear this joint in a club.
Yeah.
Two sides of her.
Yeah.
They tricked me. All right, enough, you guys. Now, I do like the song still, but the wokeness, the woke mind, I just, you know,
I mean, once again, like I don't take woke out of it. It's like this is just, you know.
This is the thing. I don't want to ruin the reaction.
Yeah.
Sorry, you guys. Black P doesn't watch that type of stuff. I don't watch Game of Thrones for that reason. I don't watch a lot of things. It's just me. I don't mind in it. Anyways, I don't want to get into it. Sorry, you guys. It makes me feel uncomfortable.
All right, there we go. That's truth.
But that was a dope song, and I really liked the intro. I like the beginning. I mean, sheesh. I didn't even know. Did you know that happened?
No, I've never watched this video before.
I just see that in the background. I'm like, bruh.
I've just listened to the song. Like I said, I mean,
I'm about to get roasted right now by the internet world. They're like, oh,
whatever, man. Yeah. It is what it is.
But it is a great song. I can't deny that.
I think it's a great song. I think it's a great story. I think, like you said,
we just caught magic, bro, on TV. Though that is so rare. Like that's my anyways. That's crazy.
Yeah, and I think that you had a super good point about just like her, you know, especially in that first part, not even having any makeup on, not feeling like you have to go down this deep, like glitzy and glammy, like you know, it's just her being herself.
Yeah, it's weird because now I feel this pressure to answer why I felt this way, because I don't think, you know, there's this thing where people hate on certain communities, and that's not me. That's not why. That's not the reason I was like, yo, da-da-da-da-da. And it doesn't, like, people being what they are freely and genuinely is not why. It's not why I was like, yo, let me stop this. I actually am very open to people being themselves. In a way, YouTube doesn't allow me to express why. It's more of a programming thing for me. But
and to be clear,
I got an open heart, man. Like, you know that. And I don't want to be like that guy where it's like, oh, I shut it off because he's a bigot, he's this. And it's like, I don't have a problem with any community, but there are certain things for me.
You have an issue with sexuality in general being overly pushed in society, because I know I've known you a long time. I know what your personal struggles were.
Well, and it affected me personally with, and not, know that, but just sexuality in general.
This is what I was,
you know, Cornhub, if you would like to say.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like I have to protect my mind, and then even people, because these things just pop up. Like, that's my thing too. It's not that necessarily either. It's like I'm not trying to see people, I don't know. I'm just in a different headspace. So anyways.
Yeah, where you're trying to clear your mind of certain distractions. Like I know your personal journey, like you stopped watching Korn, like all these different things because you're taking your life in a certain direction and recognizing, I don't know if you'd say it was a problem, but there was an overabundance of attention put into a certain area of your life that you're now trying to manage. So
that I do feel.
That I respect deeply about you, and like I've been taking that on as well, because I'm like, dude, what is my relationship to sexuality and being over sexual and certain things, and how much it's pushed on us. So man, this might have taken a weird turn.
It did take a weird turn, because it went from this wholesome, like, you know, then it's all good. It's all good. That's what you, anyways, it's all good. I'm in a different place and I need to stay on my path personally. It is what it is. But yo, she's dope. Maggie Rogers, let's go. So, all right, before awkward. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on all the content, but most importantly, subscribe. Yo, we're about to hit 100K. We can only do it with y'all support, and it is what it is. Love y'all, man.
Nobody does reactions like this. That's for damn sure.
40.
Thank you for being some man.
Should we kiss right here, bro?
40 years down the road, back again. FUQ boy.